What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't.
I don't know where. I can't go.
Or won't pay it back.
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Don't tell me to chill. Flipping disgusting.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
Please open the door.
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
In dramatic situations.
I'll break your glasses.
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's life-threatening.
And their possessions.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay...
Get your hands off me.
They'll take it away. Across Britain, 4.8 million people receive some form of housing benefit to help pay their rent. But since 2013, 46% of renters affected by the benefits cap have fallen into arrears more often. Paul Bohill and Ben Pinner are High Court enforcement agents. They travel around the southeast, repossessing homes, chasing debts and seizing goods when debtors can't or won't pay.
You're going to go right down St Anne's Road, where the pub is. See, I'm quite familiar with these northern parts.
They're on their way to Finsbury Park, North London, to evict tenant Corinne Green, who's been in rent arrears for almost a year.
I don't know why, I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Do you feel it in your waters?
I do.
We're looking for Salisbury Mansions. So behind that laguna.
Yeah.
Mind the tree.
I'm glad I've got you with me. Right.
Corinne has received notice for the eviction from the county court, but the case has now been escalated to the High Court, and the agents are here today to evict her without warning.
What number is it?
55.
55.
Who is it?
The High Court enforcement have a repossession order for your flat.
Miss Green. Hi. My name's Ben, High Court enforcement. Madam,
My
okay.
child is inside and I'm
Okay.
a vulnerable person.
Okay, will you let me come in and talk to you?
No, you can pass me the possession order.
That's the writ of possession.
Thank you very much. I've got the other possession order from the court.
The county
Yeah,
court.
and I've also spoken to the council.
Yeah.
And I've also contacted the landlord and his company. And I have bipolar disorder. Do not make me get upset.
Okay, madam, I understand.
The agents have the right to force entry, but the team are now aware of Corinne's vulnerability.
There's no obligation to let you inside.
I'm afraid you do, madam.
No, actually I don't.
Okay, can I explain the situation
Yeah,
right here, right now?
Explain.
We are from the High Court.
That's fine.
We are here to execute this writ today.
That's fine also.
You have 1 hour from now to pack a bag and to take your writ that I've given you down to the council.
Babe, the police are at my door.
We're not
The
police,
county
madam.
Possession order.
Corinne calls her boyfriend for help.
The door's halfway open because this idiot has got his foot in the door. There's people outside my door. Don't tell me to chill. There's people outside. I suggest you call a solicitor because I'm getting really pissed off.
If there are clear visible signs of mental health, it does make it a little more tricky. We just need to try and comfort and reassure them and really try and support them in an emotional way, because it's a very distressing situation, especially because you're giving them bad news. We want to try and calm the situation and help them through it. Madam, I'm not here to make things difficult.
Well, clearly you are.
I'm not.
No, clearly you are.
I'm only trying
no,
to talk to you.
clearly you're here to make things difficult. I've sent the details to my landlord. I've also spoken to the council, who have a specific date for me to be out of the property, which the landlord has agreed in email, in writing, right? And I've already explained
Calm
to you.
down.
No, I will not. You don't know, yeah, what I've had to deal with this order possession. Yeah, you keep laughing because it's funny
I'm not finding
to
it
you.
funny, madam.
Corinne claims she agreed a date with her landlord to move out. Despite the shock of today's visit, Paul and Ben are duty-bound to enforce the eviction. They need to remain calm and help her understand the situation.
Madam, calm down.
Telling me to fucking calm down. Have you got someone outside your door with their foot wedged in your door, chatting all kinds of shit?
Say anything.
You're
Let it
clearly
go.
trying to upset me and make this situation worse than it needs to be. You're trying to push your way through my door, right? Without knowing my part of the situation. Flipping disgusting. Been here 5 years and 2 months. Had I been a terrible tenant, I would understand.
If we find somebody who is clearly distressed and may be suffering from mental health issues, we would be very sympathetic. We would listen to them, and a simple technique is that we wait until they've talked it out of their system, and then we'll come forward with constructive suggestions on how we would like to deal with it.
Now Karine calls her father.
Dad, I'm not in a very good place right now. I have the police officers...
High court enforcement.
Pardon?
We're High Court enforcement, we're not police.
High court enforcement at my door. Basically, yeah. Telling me I've got an hour to come out of the property when certain circumstances have already been agreed. Would you like to see those, Mr. High Court Officer?
Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant.
If you would like to talk to me, we're not harassing you.
Yeah, but you've got your foot wedged in my fucking
Because you're going to
door.
shut the door on me.
You say you're a vulnerable person. Could you explain?
I have bipolar disorder, right?
Oh, we've made progress.
I can't hold this much longer. I'm losing blood fibre.
Paul steps in to hold the door open, but it's been barricaded from the inside.
Madam.
Listen, let me tell you something. If you push me through this fucking door today,
Get the police.
yeah? If you dare push me through this door today, you're gonna have a problem.
Madam, we just want to talk.
Don't you dare force your way through this door. Can you tell your colleague to move the hands from the door? You can come in.
He won't come in. He won't let me come in on my own. Let us both in. I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
Concerned about Karine's well-being, Ben asks the police for assistance. He hopes that their presence will calm the situation down.
Hi, I'm a High Court enforcement officer. We're executing a writ of possession. The tenants are very irate, just screaming and shouting at the top of their voice. I'd say mental health, basically. So we'd need a unit, not within the hour either. We've got a High Court writ, so we could force the door down, theoretically. We're on their way, OK?
They're taking the mick. He agreed he will not send the High Court or the bailiffs. So he's an arsehole.
What started as a straightforward repossession has turned into a volatile situation, which the agents must handle carefully. Paul and Ben must use all their years of experience to keep this difficult eviction under control.
I'm already wound up there. I'm well wound up.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Ben Pinner were in North London.
What number is it?
55.
They were executing an eviction notice on tenant Karine Green, who'd been behind with her rent for almost a year.
I've no obligation to let you inside.
I'm afraid you do, madam.
But it soon became clear this eviction needed careful handling.
I have bipolar disorder, right?
I can't hold this much longer.
Concerned for Karine's welfare, Ben called the police.
The tenant, she's very irate. I'd say mental health, basically.
The police are on their way, but now Karine's boyfriend Troy has arrived to help calm the situation.
Hello? What? Come in then.
I'm coming, babe.
Troy?
Sit down for me a second.
No, I'm not sitting down nowhere. This man is pushing his way into my fucking door.
Hold on a sec. Right. So High Court, she has to leave. Fine.
Yeah.
She needs to pack her stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're going to give her an opportunity to come back and take her
I've
stuff.
been trying to explain that, but what you've got to understand... Hold on, sir.
I must inform you, the police obviously are on their way.
I understand.
My colleague's obviously holding the door, so please don't be alarmed by that.
Move from the door, please.
No.
Not right this
Oh,
second.
Paul can't move from the door apparently.
He's not going to shut the door.
I
I
understand
didn't ask you
totally.
to shut the door. I told you to move from
Stop.
pushing the door.
1 second. Let me get in, please. Let me get in. Let me get in. Stop.
I'm not pushing the door against you.
Yeah, there's something behind the door, by the way. That's what you're pushing up against. All right.
Explain the situation.
All right, hold on.
What are you telling me to stop for? Don't tell me to stop. I'm listening.
The best ally we can have in a conflict situation is we enlist the family friend. They know the people involved, they will be sympathetic to them, and they act as a really good buffer zone between us and the people. They can explain things to them in their own time.
Troy has managed to calm Karine down.
I said he can come in.
I cannot come in on my own for health and safety.
you and
It's
your
our
friend
policy.
Paul come in,
Paul
but
can come in.
because-
Paul, we're going to both go in.
After 20 minutes at the flat, the agents finally gain entry.
I'm not. That's fine. Do you know what? I'm not a rude person. I'm not even an aggressive person. I'm not even an angry person.
We don't know who's behind the door.
You don't know what's the ins and outs, which
Absolutely.
is fine, and I understand
All we
that.
get is this piece of paper with 2 names on it. We understand this is the worst situation in the world, but we want to try and make it as smooth as possible. All I need you to do now is pack a bag.
Yeah.
You will then need to make arrangements to collect the rest of your items.
Okay, no problem.
Karine knew that her landlord wanted her out and has already started packing.
How are we doing?
Clothes are already half packed.
I'm sorry if you took offence at me. I'll be the most helpful person in the world, given the chance.
I 100% accept your apology.
Thank you.
I was very upset at the time. No problem at all.
Karine had been on benefits, but started work as a teaching assistant a year ago. She was still entitled to some housing benefit, but Karine claims that the council consistently miscalculated her entitlement and underpaid the landlord. Despite her attempts to resolve the situation, the shortfall was never cleared. Now, after 12 months of being in arrears, her landlord has had enough.
Got an interesting selection of books.
Ah, yes, I do. I work with special needs.
Really?
I'm studying child psychology now.
Wow. That is absolutely spot on.
Yeah. See, I'm a nice person. See what my students leave for me?
Being bipolar, though, how does it affect you?
Bipolar can do anything from leave you in a deep depression to manic episodes.
Right.
You're more likely to get yourself in bad places, be around the wrong types of people. It just depends on the person and their surroundings.
A few minutes later, the police arrive. But fortunately, Paul no longer needs their help.
We just wanted to call a halt. He was going the wrong way.
Okay, but
Hence
it's all
we called
sorted and
you.
you're happy. And...
She's changed her work hours, the benefits were stopped, the rent's got into arrears, the landlord's just said enough, and he's issued the eviction order. Thank you very much. Bye.
Karine's hour to pack up her essentials and leave is nearly up.
No documents will be left in this property, none. Because if I can't find my stuff, then the council want to tell me, oh, but you don't have this paper, oh, you don't have that paper, oh, we can't help you. Anything that I've handed in, I make sure I make copies of everything.
As you walk in, do they all get up and walk out?
Yeah, they pretty much do. It's even worse when I'm having a bipolar episode because I'm determined to get everything done.
Well, they don't actually see the sharp end like this. The council say, please don't panic.
Yeah.
It's going to take 2 months before the bailiff gets to you. But what they should then say is, unless the landlord takes this to the High Court, in which case it could happen overnight.
Exactly. And then when people come in there with an attitude, they get upset and then, don't give me an attitude, you must leave the office, blah, blah, blah. But...
Can I actually say this as a compliment? You do attitude to perfection. You're an absolute diva. Spot on.
Karine is determined to make the move for her young daughter as smooth as possible. But there's one family member who's not cooperating.
Still haven't found the cat. Rosie.
My daughter named my cat after my mum. My mum wasn't impressed. But the next cat we have, we'll call it Ben.
Oh, I think that's a compliment.
Let's push this one.
Told you.
Got her?
Cat chase.
She's not going in the bathroom. He's got her. The cat is in the bag. We're ready to go.
Karine and her daughter are now homeless.
Let's go.
Yeah. I have no idea where I'm going to stay. I don't know where the council's going to put me. I just know that I'm a vulnerable person who has bipolar and a 6-year-old child. I know that much.
It will be up to the local council to find emergency accommodation for Karine and her daughter tonight. Personal debt is continuing to rise nationwide. It currently stands at nearly £1.5 trillion. But over half of all people in relationships don't know how much debt their partners are in. "7 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Sutton, Surrey, with a writ to recover nearly £2,000.
We're going to say Mr. Robert Grochowitz. He owes money to Marcin Stefaniak, £1,902.59 in the first instance. Might just be a personal debt. So really, it's moved very swiftly on this one.
The debt was originally an £800 unpaid county court judgment, but now with enforcement costs and legal fees, it has more than doubled.
Round the corner now, chap.
Left is right. What's that, 17, haven't we?
If Mr. Grochowitz can't or won't pay, the agents have the authority to seize goods to the value of the debt.
You got your badge?
Yeah.
Try the handle, shall I?
Straight away, Dell has his eye on an asset.
Oh, open already.
Have a look.
You don't say it.
Hello. How are you? Is Robert here? How are you, Robert? My name's Brian. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm here with a High Court writ. Thank you, sir. Do you want to put some clothes on? Do you want to get a T-shirt or some clothes on? We'll wait for you. Yeah. Robert, you're Robert, yeah? Is that you, yeah? OK, Mr. Marcin Stefanik took you to court. We've got an outstanding balance of £1,902.59. We're here to collect it. Do you know who he is?
No.
You don't know who he is at all?
No.
Isn't that odd? No idea at all?
No, I don't.
OK. It's not uncommon for debtors to claim they don't know the claimant because they don't want to pay it. But I don't believe a word of it. We've done this job a long time. We're pretty good judges of characters. Call it intuition and call it experience. Call it what you like. But we just get the knack. We know when people are lying to us.
Robert claims he doesn't owe anything, but the High Court writ says otherwise.
Don't know this person who owes the money.
Well, he knows you and he knows where you live. You know about this debt, don't you?
So we're not here because we want to be here. We're here because we've been sent here, yeah? Because you owe money.
I don't care.
Well, I do.
Tell you what you do. It's £1,902 at the moment, right? If you carry on like this, wasting time, it's going to go up.
How much?
£1,902.
1,000, you say 800.
Well, you didn't know about it.
It appears Robert is aware of the debt, after all.
So you know how much the original amount was? So tell me who...
I don't know what
So who's... He knows exactly why we're here.
I don't like being lied to. I can't trust anything you say. If I can't trust anything you say, I can't believe you, which means you need to find the money to pay this in full.
Robert's wife comes downstairs to find out what's going on.
Jest, Agnieszka, ja nie znam tego człowieka. Nie, nie wiem, to są panie z sądu. Skąd? Czy ja widzę?
Robert is still denying any knowledge of the debt, so Dell turns up the pressure.
As you're walking about, you might be able to think of someone can help you out.
It's too early now. It's 7 o'clock.
If you can't pay it...
give money today, definitely.
Okay.
But I need some time.
The bill might go up by 8 o'clock.
Why?
Because we're not here to spend all day.
But
Make some calls and we'll see how you get on, yeah?
Suggest you put some clothes on, sir.
Let's have a look round.
Robert starts trying to raise some funds, but the agents aren't taking any chances and draw up an inventory of goods they can seize to offset the debt. This includes the cars on the driveway.
The vehicles outside, are they yours?
Van's
Well,
yours.
van, I want to see logbooks for both the cars.
I think both cars might be in his name.
That's why I asked for logbooks. Going to a debtor's house, the most expensive asset a person would normally have is a vehicle. He's got no finance. You've got something to target him with, really.
I need 5 minutes, right?
Okay, that's
Someone
fine.
send me money.
Thank you very much.
The threat of losing his possessions has prompted Robert to try and raise some funds.
Can your work help you?
Sorry?
Can your work
I'll
help
just
you?
call to
Oh, okay.
Well, what do you do?
Okay.
A colleague has agreed to help him out.
Yeah, 1,000. I don't have. No.
Was he transferred that into your account, has he?
Yes.
Okay. So what we need is £902.58 now.
The agents won't accept Robert's £1,000 offer. He needs to raise the full amount. And his wife wants answers.
Nic nie dostałem od tego pana. Nic. Nothing. Dostałem z kortu.
The most common thing I find, particularly if there's couples, is that one may not know of the debt, and that leads to an issue between them in terms of trust and how their relationship is. We've got strange men in her house saying that her partner owes money and she knows nothing about it.
15 minutes after denying all knowledge of the debt, Robert has found most of the money.
I've got 1,700.
1,700.
I've got 1,700 right now.
We need another £200. I know.
Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's take the 1,700 and you pay me by 1 o'clock the rest, yeah?
At least 1 o'clock.
That's fine. Good card, please. Top. 1,700, yeah?
Even though Robert has agreed to pay, he still says he knows nothing about the debt.
I'm not cross with you, but
No.
I didn't know this person.
Robert, I told you £1,902. That's the only figure I gave you. Then you told me it was 800 and something, and I never told you that figure.
You say in front of my door we need to collect 900,000.
No, I didn't. Okay, we'll beg to differ.
I'm a good person, I think.
Absolutely, you are.
And I'm a responsible father. I want to save my family.
The money's stored for 14 days with the High Court so you can dispute it.
Robert has paid £1,700. But if he doesn't pay the remaining £200 by 1 o'clock, the agents will be back to seize goods.
You know exactly what it was. I told him 1,902 quid and he went, it was only 800 something, so I was like, boom, you know exactly what it was.
What's happened is he hasn't told his wife. And he's had to style it out a little bit. That's what's happened there. He'll say whatever he needs to in front of his wife. Otherwise he wouldn't be agreeing to pay the rest of the money.
Maybe, he has so many ins and outs in the building game, they get contractors daily, don't they? So,
I'm a granddad again.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations, mate. Yeah. I better... He's,
Crack a smile, go on, crack a smile. There you go.
I better find out what his name is.
Brian.
God forbid.
Brian.
God forbid.
Call him Brian. He looks like a Brian.
Brian and Dell have got the result they needed. But on their next case...
I said 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Don't talk like that. No.
Don't wag your finger.
What?
An angry father and son put them in a volatile situation.
This is the dirty thing. If the other two officers come, then I will fight it.
Cash flow is a growing problem for UK companies. 85% of small and medium-sized businesses are currently affected by late payment of invoices, with an average of nearly £32,000 owed to each firm. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Northampton to recover a debt of nearly £3,000 owed to an insurance company.
What we got next, Del?
We are going to Empire Cars on the Grafton Street Industrial Estate.
Empire Cars is a taxi firm, and the owner, Mr. Tarib Ali, has already paid half the debt.
What road do we want?
We want Cornway, Unit 6.
Mr. Ali agreed to pay the balance within 2 weeks.
We want Office 1 over there.
But he didn't stick to the agreement. This time, there won't be any second chances.
Morning, gentlemen. Empire Cars? Yeah. OK. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Come to collect the rest of the monies that you owe. Who's the man I need to speak to?
How long have we got?
You've got now.
Next week.
No. That's your opening gambit. This is my opening gambit. If you're not going to pay now, I will remove your things. Okay? So, what do you want to do?
What's the balance now?
It's £2,950.22.
You incur further costs, unfortunately.
Because you didn't pay when you were supposed to, did you?
Because the defendant has defaulted, the debt has risen by nearly £1,000. Now Brian and Dell need payment in full today. But first, they need to establish who is the debtor.
I paid. I said I have to pay next 2 months for the 2 payments, but all finished. I'm paying already half, right?
That was a month ago.
Oh, hang on. Okay, who's the boss? Who's in charge? Whose company is it? What's your name, please?
Ali.
Mr. Tarib Ali is the debtor, and he seems unwilling to cooperate with the agents.
This is the dirty thing.
Are you going to pay it?
Oh, if it's the dairy coming, but I'm not opening the door, I will fight them.
There's no need for that.
Mr. Ali's son, Rahman, claims that an arrangement was made with the agent's office to delay payment.
All the lady told me on the phone is her client was willing to accept payments. They can make a payment in October.
The family claim that the agent's visit is a mistake.
Many times.
Did he say that?
Office,
That's what he said?
That's why he shouted.
So you're thinking that they've asked us to come because they've messed up? Oh,
yeah.
right.
If the other 2 officers come, then I will fight it.
Would you?
Yes. No. Because I'm big naughty man before.
If there's been a mess up, I apologise.
But Brian is suspicious.
Dale, give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Can I pick your brains on the case?
Okay.
Brian calls the office to find out whether their claims about an agreement to pay later are true.
HCW 2513. Is there any arrangement on the system?
I spoke to this debtor because the balance was due at the end of September. Tried to clear it over 2 or 3 months. I said, well, that wasn't really the agreement. It started falling into doubt and said he was going to go to the claimant and make them allow him to have more time.
Okay.
And I advised him at that point that threatening our client is unacceptable.
Okay, thank you, bye.
It's clear that Mr. Ali did not have an agreement to defer the second payment.
No, there's no arrangement. Stuart came here on the 3rd, took half the payment on the basis that you pay the balance at the end of September. It's all recorded, yeah? Debtors in this job will always be deceitful, difficult, throw walls up in front of you. When I know someone's lying to me, they've set the tone, as far as I'm concerned.
Despite Mr. Ali and his son's protests, they must pay £2,900 today. If they don't, the agents will seize goods to offset the debt.
You know what this piece of paper says? I am commanded to seize in execution your goods. That's the High Court telling me that. So if you don't want to pay it, that's fine. You can have that, sir. Let me give it to you. I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. Take it. Take this. Here. Have it. If you're not paying, mate, just tell me so I can call a van.
But then, Mr. Ali's son, Rahman, makes another unexpected claim.
Originally, this debt, is not even belong to Empire.
Nothing to do with me.
Let's cut this short. You were given enough time to get this set aside.
Rahman says that his father has passed the company to him, and that he paid off the first half of the debt, even though he didn't feel responsible for it.
If you're not liable for it, what have you done about it since?
I just couldn't be bothered to go through the hassle and getting my money back, right?
Okay. You couldn't be bothered to do it?
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered.
Okay.
I couldn't be bothered to
Let's hold it there. Let's hold it there.
To get my £2,000
Let's hold it there.
Mr. Ali might have passed the cab company to Rahman, but the writ still allows the agents to chase the business for payment.
Please, you give me another week time.
The reason I need it paid today and now is because he couldn't be bothered to do anything about
You
it.
just put another fucking £900 on top of that shit.
Because you failed to keep your end of the... You know what, bruv? It's very easy. I'll tell you what you do. Long story short, sir, do me a favour. Get me the balance of this money, okay?
Well, now?
Right?
Yeah. How?
I don't know. We don't get involved in disputes, all right?
Don't talk like that. Don't.
Don't wag your finger.
What?
I'm being very polite with you. Throwing her arms about, screaming and shouting. It's not going to faze me. No, it just makes me dig in a little bit harder that I won't suffer that sort of nonsense. We're not going to be bullied. You're going to pay.
After 20 minutes of arguing about the debt, Dell's patience has run out.
Unplug. That's cool, bruv. We're going to remove, bruv.
With no sign of payment, the agent's only option is to seize goods.
I'm not here to play. I'm here to do my job. Keep your money, bruv.
Get out of my sight.
What? What? Get out of your sight. Who are you speaking to?
I didn't say get out of my sight.
You did say that.
Get out of my sight.
No, while I'm here, it isn't, is it?
Then suddenly, Rahman changes his stance.
2 o'clock, the full balance clear. 2 o'clock.
How are you going to make that payment?
What do you mean?
So, card, cash, whatever.
What do you mean doesn't matter? I don't like you being rude, bruv.
I did it 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Shall I speak to you the way you speak to me?
Wait and take a seat.
It's now 10 past 1, yeah? Del, I'm happy with 2, yeah? No, we'll stay here, it's no problem. Thank you.
The taxi firm has under an hour to come up with the money. If they don't, the agents will start taking assets.
We're not here to be shouted at or disrespected in any way. We've tried to talk to them and just lay out the facts. You've got to remember there's 5 or 6 of them in there. Yeah, and they want to raise their voice and maybe stunt their authority, but they're not in charge, we are.
While they wait, Dell starts making a list of assets they can seize if the 2 o'clock deadline is missed.
When you guys get upset at the wrong people, man, it's not us.
It's not a nice job, is it?
Well, let's put it this way. If a man owed you money, do you want him and me to go and get it? Or do you want someone who's going to go there and say, well, we'll accept £5 a week, please? Would you? You want your money.
So that's my seat.
Is it? Since you asked so nicely.
As 2 o'clock approaches, Mr. Ali still tries to strike a deal.
You good?
How much I want to pay now?
It's gone beyond that. It's gone beyond that now. It has, yeah. Come on. It's all got to be done now. When dealing with debts involving families, family pride does get in the way because there's someone's taking responsibility for the family and ultimately will take responsibility for making sure the debt's paid.
With minutes to go before the deadline, Rahman's cousin and sister arrive to pay off the debt.
So 700's cleared. There's £2,250.22. Thank you for helping, both of you.
Dell's tactics have paid off. The debt has been collected in full.
All paid.
All done.
It's nice to see they came together and got it paid. A little frustration, but at the end of the day, he's defaulted the arrangement given. You know, a bit more transparency, it'll be probably dealt with a lot easier and quicker. Yeah. But hey ho, it's done, and we'll move on to the next one.
In Britain, the number of households renting in the private sector has increased by over 3 million since 2001. But 11,000 families in England and Wales were evicted by private landlords in the first 3 months of last year. Steve Pinner and Roo Pabari are High Court enforcement agents. Today they're in Portsmouth to repossess a property.
I've driven 100 miles today to get here. It's stopped raining for now anyway.
The tenants have lived in the property for 2 years, but the landlord told them 5 months ago that she was selling up and wanted them out.
All being well, should be, hopefully, relatively straightforward.
They never go straightforward.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem, isn't it?
To speed up the eviction, the landlord has fast-tracked the case to the High Court.
It looks like on the paperwork that there's going to be a locksmith.
Yeah.
It's just a straightforward writ of possession that they won't know anything about. As always, we'll just pull up over here.
But the locksmith is already at the property.
Hi there, morning.
I'm your locksmith.
Nice to meet you.
They're just kicking off on one. I arrived and basically they don't know nothing about it.
Well, they don't.
Yeah,
that's why nobody should have gone there till we got there. Difficult when you get to a job and somebody's already been there and told them that you're on your way. It's bad enough just opening the door and them seeing you, but they're expecting you now, so they're like ready for you. So you're on the back foot to start with.
The tenant, Victoria Manser, and her partner, Shane, knew their landlord wanted them out, but they didn't know it would happen so soon.
OK, so you are...
Victoria.
Victoria. OK, Victoria. We're High Court enforcement agents.
Yeah.
for you, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This is a writ from the High Court.
Oh, we're not getting told that today. Obviously, I've got a...
Yes, you are. Okay.
Oh, they've told me.
Well, why haven't you got a
mate.
letter, though? I respect what you're doing. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to be an arsehole or anything like that, right?
Glad about that.
But
We've been told...
we was told... No, let me speak. We was told we would get a letter, a time and a date, so we can get our stuff out prior to you coming.
Okay.
We would have done that, and we would have just gone, there you go, there's the keys, right? Now, this has not happened.
Okay.
Now, where are we going to go now? I'm a bit livid, right?
Okay.
The council, they told me that obviously it would take at least another week for you to come out.
They've misled you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line, I'm sorry.
Would you
That's
give us
the truth.
enough time to get all our stuff out on the street, then?
What we do is get you an hour to get your personal effects together. Things you'll need for a few days.
See, I've got my relative stuff in here.
And then you can make an arrangement.
Well, my landlord's not going to do that.
She has to.
She won't do that.
She has to.
You don't know my landlord.
It's clear that the landlord's decision to fast-track the eviction has come as a shock to the couple.
I don't trust my landlord one bit. I'm sorry. It's not you.
I understand that. It's upsetting. I understand that. I get that. Sure. What you need to do is you need to get everybody up, dressed and ready. Take this letter and the children with you down to the council. You've got to change the locks, so we'll let you get on.
The family had already started to pack their belongings.
This is out of order. And I've got a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, right? And they should be seeing this. This is wrong.
The tenants are legally entitled to return to the property at a later date to collect their possessions. But Shane decides to empty the entire house.
So there's not a lot we can do other than just wait for him to empty the house and lock it up.
I'm going to kick off in a minute. Try and get out of my fucking way.
All right.
Tenants say to us that it's the landlord's fault. That's why we're in this position. And I try and explain to them that, you know, it has been through the court. The court has decided in the landlord's favour and they have to leave. It's an unfortunate situation. We're asking them to leave what's considered their home.
The family's possessions are piling up on the pavement.
Oh, you're having a flipping that bubble. It's bloody raining. This is not even my gear. It's going to be ruined.
I don't know how many times I told him that she has to let him back in to collect his stuff. But if you can't reason with someone, you can't reason with someone. Half hour or so.
Seeing all her belongings on the street is taking its toll on Victoria.
I hope you haven't put all your clothes in here. You need to get changed into something.
Really fast about getting changed right now. Shit.
The family has managed to get most of their possessions out of the house.
What is going on?
But then, Victoria's mum arrives.
What is going on? They told you that they didn't serve.
Okay.
Fucking, I don't believe it.
Hang on, Mum, don't go off your nut.
Right, is that it? Is that everything out of the house?
Yeah, everything, right?
Oh, in my gear. Right, so now what?
I've got to try and get it somewhere to store now.
Right, that's all right. Yeah, shit.
Tensions are rising. But then a friend of the landlord also arrives.
I'm here to put the keys up for the
Oh, right.
the house.
Okay, brilliant.
Can't pick up bloody keys to the house. Little friends come down and put the keys to the house out.
Yeah, we'll tell her to go fuck herself. How about that?
That's the landlord's husband, I swear down. You can't.
No, he's here to collect the keys.
Sounds a bit cheeky.
Right, you know why I'm on this, because you pay the rent or you two whatever, so don't start giving me... Oh, shut up. Give me
Hey.
I've been asked to come over and get keys and that's it.
Come here and get fucking keys then, you fucking prick. I'll go some to you, eh?
Whatever.
With emotions running high, will Steve and Rue be able to stop this volatile eviction from spiralling out of control?
Wait a minute.
High Court enforcement agents Steve and Rue were in Portsmouth to evict a family from their home.
This is out of order, and I've got 2 kids here. I've got a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they should be seeing this.
Steve gave the tenants an hour to collect their personal items.
We'll kick off in a minute, try and get out of my fucking way.
All right.
But with trust between the landlord and tenants completely broken down, Shane and Victoria decided to empty the whole house.
I don't know how many times I told him that she has to let him back in to collect his stuff.
What is going on?
When Victoria's mum arrived,
I don't believe it.
The situation became heated,
It's all right. Behind the shit.
and the arrival of a friend of the landlord's saw tempers reach boiling point.
I've been asked to come over and
Why
get
come
keys
here?
and that's
Why
it.
come here and get the fucking keys then, you fucking prick? I'll go some to you, eh?
Oh, whatever.
Now Steve needs to use all his years of experience to keep the eviction on track.
You don't need it. You definitely don't need it.
I'll come back later when it's all died down.
Yeah, that's always the best thing.
Yeah.
Give it an hour. Well, I don't know how long they're going to take to get a couple of vans out.
Yeah.
Comes another couple now that come and have a go. Get in your car and have a nice day.
Thank you very
All
much.
the best.
Enjoy.
Take care. All the best.
But just as Steve manages to defuse one situation, Shane's mother arrives.
Oh, I'm going to get another earache.
This is none of your fault, Vic. None of your fault.
She claims the council have refused the family's request to be rehoused, despite Shane telling them his landlord was going to evict them.
Where's the council amongst all this? Yeah. This is not her fault. The council baby. See to everybody else. The council see to everybody else that comes into this country, but they don't see to my own son. The council see to everybody else. They help everybody else that comes into this country, but when it comes to their own, there's lived here, born in bloody Olinda Street, in Portsmouth, all the families here, and they don't even help their own. This is ridiculous. Look at it. All their possessions. The council knew that they needed help, but they haven't been there or done nothing.
People kept coming from everywhere, shouting and having a pop. But you just have to be aware of everybody around you. You know where you are and how safe you are. Inevitably, 9 times out of 10, they do tend to calm down because you have a calm approach.
News of the eviction has attracted the attention of the whole street.
Man, dirty washing. That's embarrassing.
I don't know what you're going to do with this.
Well, I'm going to have to wait now for a van and take it to a storage unit.
With no disrespect to you, like we don't know you, we don't know the agent, landlord or whoever it is.
Nah.
We just get our instructions and get an address.
Yeah.
So that leaves us totally impartial.
Despite the protests, the family has emptied the entire house.
I need to clear this pathway.
What can we do?
I need to get a van.
So you're all done now?
I think we're done. Can I just have a look?
Yeah,
Round.
yeah. Because I've got to go around and shut all the windows, lock the doors, so forth and so on. You can't do that, they're fixed. I was amazed at the speed they actually emptied the house. Because I know how long it would take me to empty a property of my own and try and move. I can't figure out how they did it so quickly.
You just want to get it done, dusted. I've got in a bit of a brain fix to get everything out.
OK, I'm just going to lock up upstairs.
Once upon a time, this house was really lovely and decorated. This is what I'm on about. I spent some money in this house. I've even decorated upstairs. I've decorated my boys' room. I've decorated the front room, the hallway, everything to make it look nice. I just can't believe it's happened now. I didn't expect this one bit.
2-bedroom terraced house is all out in front on the pavement. OK, well, I'm actually going to lock your door now.
Yep.
The eviction is now complete.
I wish you good
We're
luck.
going to take it to storage now anyway, so...
Good luck.
Shane, Victoria and their children are now homeless. It will be up to the council to find them emergency accommodation for the night. Next time, Vic and Stuart meet a debtor in denial.
I don't even know £2,000.
Well, we need to see some evidence on, sir.
Steve and Ben face a heartbreaking eviction.
I don't know what's going to happen to her. Will she be sleeping on the streets tonight?
And the agents get a hostile reception.
Come on, big man.
When they try to find out who owns a family business.
Please don't touch me.
I'll do more than touch you.
And You Can't Pay Will Take It Away continues next Wednesday at 9. But what do little doggies do when we're not looking, hey? If only we had a spy cam to film the secret life of puppies. Oh, apparently we do, and we're switching it on tomorrow night at 9. Nightmare Tenants is up next.
What happens when you get into debt?
That's your name?
It's not my name.
And you can't or won't pay it back?
I'm going to seize the car in front of the drive, the Ford.
In this series, we meet the people who are losing their homes.
Get out! Get out!
No, don't raise your voice. We never receive any notice.
Their cars.
Can I give you the keys?
Yes.
How do I know I'm going to get the car back?
And their possessions. We meet the people who are owed money.
Welcome to hell.
And the people whose job it is to collect it.
If you don't open the door, we'll smash the glass.
Because when you can't pay,
Don't speak to me like, because I'll take your head off.
they'll take it away.
There's like different forms of scum in life, but you're just a higher class one.
Take him out.
The number of tenants falling behind on their rent has more than doubled, according to a leading debt charity. The Money Advice Trust says that over half of all the calls they receive are about rent arrears, and that missed payments are now the fastest growing debt problem in the UK.
Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are enforcement officers. Their patch covers the busy southeast region of England. They're part of an elite group whose sole aim is to hunt down debts from those who can't pay.
We've got 2 weeks to move it.
There is no notice given.
And those who won't pay.
And the law never said this one. Even if it's this law, this is cruel law.
The law is the law, and we're here to enforce it.
With the authority of the High Court, they have more power than bailiffs and repo men. Not only can they take your possessions, they can also evict you from your house if you don't pay on time.
Contact me if there's a problem. Won't be a problem. The first indication to them that there's a problem is when we knock on the door. Until then, the situation has been letters which they can ignore and lie unopened on the post shelf, if you like, or they don't take the phone calls. So they think it's all gone away until we turn up.
It's late afternoon in the week before Christmas. Paul and Steve are on their way to repossess a house in London's East End. They're evicting a family from their rented home after they ignored the end of their lease. That was 6 months ago. What's more, they still owe over £3,000 in rent.
Oh, it looks grey, it looks like rain.
But with Paul and Steve's arrival, their time is definitely up.
I don't know, it looks quite nice over here, look. Nice little doll's houses. Oh, it's this one in the corner. I remember looking on Google Earth and there's someone in.
The sheriff's aim is to get them out in 2 hours, but sometimes it's not that straightforward.
Someone in the kitchen.
Come in.
Hi, is this your name?
No.
Well, the situation is that we have come to repossess the property.
Okay.
So you have to go.
You can't. They just went to the house.
The man is a relative of the female tenant on the writ. She's not at home.
We have a repossession to take the property back today.
I don't know why you're saying coming with a letter saying that we need to move.
Yes.
No one being to court telling us everything.
For our visit today, you would not be told.
For your visit?
Yeah, you would not be told about us.
We didn't even have a letter saying that we need to leave. We were talking like, didn't give a date when we gotta leave, so doesn't make sense to me, you know?
The eviction is not easy.
It says here nobody turned up at the county court.
The court said nobody turned up.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a letter. That's what I'm saying.
But there's two or three sets of paperwork served. The county court posts out a letter, and the landlord serves a notice, and you're saying you've never heard anything at all about it. So all these landlords are obviously lying, and the county court's not sending the notices out, or, and I heaven forbid this thought, that the tenant could be lying, and they have had the notices, and they've chosen to ignore it. I know that sounds really unlikely, but I am led to believe that possibility could be the case.
As High Court enforcement officers, Paul and Steve can break into the property, but they're choosing negotiation over brute force. With the man denying all knowledge of the eviction, they're hoping the landlord's agents can help them out.
Why are they being evicted? Is it rent arrears or something? Is it an end of term tenancy then? They've come to the end of the tenancy.
For enforcement officers, time is money, and they want to get the family out before nightfall.
Thanks very much. I'd never have believed that. They were served the eviction notices 6 months ago. And the agents have been in constant contact with them, and they've just refused to go. Oh, it's just amazing.
Armed with more information, Paul decides to apply more pressure on the tenants.
I've just spoken to the agent. He said the end of tenancy notices was served 6 months ago. So they gave you 2 months, or gave the lady 2 months' notice 6 months ago. So she should have moved out 4 months ago. We're going to have to leave today.
We get a kid living here, you're telling us where we're going to go?
How many children are here?
Yeah.
Two. How old is the smaller one?
7.
7.
With children inside, it's not good news. It puts an entirely different complexion on this job.
When there's children involved, it's more distressing because the children absolutely have no idea what we are. We're just coming in and taking them out of their home.
Only the council can help.
It's a High Court repossession order, so it's immediate. They've had plenty of warning, but what I am concerned is when the mother gets home here, and we are waiting for her, is that we have no choice on the eviction aspect, is we wanted to make contact with you early so that we can put into motion whatever emergency housing arrangements you have in these circumstances.
Minutes later, Steve returns to the house. Despite the children inside, it's the final warning.
We've actually spoken to the council and the eviction is actually going to take place today. So what you really would be a really, really good idea is if you could get some clothes and things together for the kids for a couple of days until it can be sorted out.
You can't do that. It's not my house.
No.
It's not my house. If you can wait, you're going to wait first. She's going to come and we're going to do it.
Yeah, but we can't wait 2 or 3 hours.
I can't let you in, man.
It's a freezing cold night, and there are 2 children in the house, and they're going to creep away and sleep in a cardboard box for the night. That's probably not the best idea.
It's early evening, in the week before Christmas. High Court enforcement officers Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are dealing with a problematic house repossession in London's East End.
You would not be told about us.
We don't even have a letter saying we need to leave.
The family who live here should have left 6 months ago when their tenancy expired.
How old is the smaller one?
7.
7.
There's children inside, and their mother, who's the main tenant, still hasn't turned up, but the eviction is going to happen.
Has she contacted you yet?
Yeah,
she contacted me. She said she's on her way.
But she's going to be about 2 or 3 hours.
No good.
So we can just wait.
Listen, it's really quite simple. Yeah. And if I can give you the bad news, is that within half an hour we will call the police. If we have to, we'll break into the property, and it'll upset the children and all the things that go with it. But the eviction will take place.
With every passing minute, it's more difficult to evict the family tonight as planned. They'll have nowhere to go. The sheriffs need to act fast. Paul and Steve start their paperwork, but the family are still inside and have bolted the front door.
Can you open up?
Could you open the door for us, please? Pardon? Yeah, great. That's great.
What's he say?
He's called the police.
That's good. We don't have a problem with that.
Paul calls the relatives' bluff and phones the police himself.
The occupants are aware of why we're here. We've been in touch with the council and sent them an email of the High Court warrant that we hold. The people who are in the house are not giving us access. He said he's called the police, which is why I'm making this call. We're going to do the eviction now. We've told the council, they're aware of all of that, and they're going to sort out emergency accommodation for them. So we've done as much as we want to do, and we just want to be packed up and gone. OK, that's your start. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. OK, they're too busy to come. If you don't open the door, you'll smash the glass. You haven't called the police, we have. So we're going to break the glass. Just open the door. I've called the police and they said they've got no record of your call. I'm going to give you 2 minutes and break the glass. It is the last straw, yeah, so we'll break in now. And I don't like to do that with kids in the house, but there's no option.
Talking the family out has failed. Brute force is now the only choice.
I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, you sorry, but... It's nothing against the way this is.
No, if you'd have done as we'd asked, this would have all been totally unnecessary.
The use of a crowbar has secured the sheriff's entry. They change the locks and begin the repossession of the property. Half an hour later, the female tenant they've been waiting for comes home.
Sorry, we have a High Court warrant.
I'm not receiving nothing.
Pardon?
I'm not receiving nothing. What can I do now?
This has been going on for months.
No!
I'm sorry. Right, that's dated the 3rd of December to give possession of the house on or before the 11th
I
of
received a
December.
letter 14.
But you didn't go to court.
I said I received a letter Saturday.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't make the laws, I only enforce them.
The landlord's agent has also arrived at the property.
You guys had fair warning about this. You knew about this. You guys didn't respect the notices that we give you.
No, I said to you, no, don't talk about
No, don't raise your voice at me.
we never receive any notice.
Any notice? If I receive
We hand-delivered the notice.
When?
And?
To you.
We never been to court.
Yeah.
Can I stop you there? This is wasting time.
With the mounting pressure to leave, the tenants give in. It's taken the sheriffs 4 hours to get them out. As there are children, the family will receive emergency council accommodation. It's now well into the night, but the eviction is finally over.
They had nice furniture. There was a massive 60-inch TV in the lounge, another 60-inch TV in the conservatory. Then just the one bedroom on the ground floor had another massive TV as well mounted to the wall. And it didn't seem that these people were struggling financially at all. It seemed that they really lived a good life in there, considering that they couldn't afford to pay their rent.
Getting the rent arrears was not on the sheriff's High Court writ, and even though they owe money, the family will still be allowed to collect their remaining possessions within 7 days.
Okay, done and dusted. At last.
But this job has affected Paul more than most.
We've put an immigrant family out on the streets 2 or 3 days before Christmas. They hadn't even got their Christmas tree up, so there'll be no presents, nowhere to go, pissing down with rain. They're really unhappy. How can that be a good result?
An estimated 7 million people use high-cost credit in order to cover income shortfalls or meet unexpected expenditures. Many low-income households have no savings, borrowing against their assets to cope.
As more and more people get into debt, it's not just homes that are at risk of repossession. Our cars are valuable targets too, and they're even easier to seize. Mike Allenby and Terry Jones are the men who repossess your motor when the finance company want their money back.
Got a few repos. Any we've looked at already? Got a couple of new ones in Liverpool. Yeah.
They reclaim cars across the northwest of England. When times are good, they recover up to 6 motors a day, 6 days a week.
Good chance this will be, you know. Yeah. I reckon.
This morning, they're en route to repossess a people carrier that's been used as security on a loan. The debtor has missed repayments and is now hundreds of pounds in arrears.
The difficulty with these sort of jobs, especially when the asset is a vehicle, the vehicle is used every day.
Yeah.
They got to work like everybody else, so you've only got like a window of opportunity, haven't you?
Yeah. A lot of people work during the day. They get up early and they go to work in the car. So obviously we have to get up before they do, get to the property, try and find the car before they head off.
Hey?
There it is.
That's it.
Hey love, I've got a repossession order for the vehicle.
You're joking, I've just come out of hospital yesterday.
Have you?
Yeah, is there any chance I can phone them later?
Well, not while we're here, there isn't, love. I've got 3 options.
Yeah.
You can either make a payment, which if you knocked on my door this time in the morning I couldn't do.
Yeah.
2, I can take the car and put it in our pound and give you a couple of days to sort it out. Or if you refuse to, I've just got to take the car down.
I need my car to take my kids to school. I've been in hospital for the past month and came out yesterday. The only money I've got on me is £20 cash.
No.
So what am I going to do? It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
If there was any other way I could help you, I would, though.
Right, if I give you the keys.
Yes?
Thanks. somebody. How do I know I'm going to get the car back?
I understand, love. I understand. If you give us the keys, I'll find out what the outstanding is and I'll put my contact details on it so you have a point of contact and a face you know.
Will you come in a minute?
No, I can... I tell you what, if my colleague can come in with me, I will come in.
It's not common practice to do that, but she was in a distressed state. We needed to make sure that she was okay.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
It's all right. We've got kids ourselves still.
Calm down, love. It's okay.
It says repo, but it means if you said to me now, Mike, here's £500, go away, I'd be gone. There is...
I'll definitely get your car back.
I promise I'll bring your car back, though. Okay?
This particular time there was small children, 2 babies, in the other room. She said, do you mind if I go and feed the babies? She got the bottles and she went and fed the babies. It's not a problem at all. You know, not there to be horrible.
First thing you need to do is ring them up at 9 o'clock, explain the situation, make sure you explain the situation properly to them.
You're too young to be a bailiff, man.
That's the nicest thing anyone's said. Look, I've been where you are, though. I really have.
I know exactly what it feels like to be in debt. It's just not a nice place to be. You've no idea. You dread letters coming through the door. You dread knocks on the door. I mean, I was... when I lost everything, I was in a hell of a place.
You've got my number,
All right,
okay?
thank you very
If you have any difficulties, you give me a call, okay, and I'll sort it out.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Cheers.
The car will be stored overnight, while the owner tries to find the cash to pay. But for now, she'll need another way to get the kids to school.
It's not very often we've seen that distressed, is it? It's not nice, is it, mate?
It's not very nice, that's why you try and do it as pleasantly as possible.
Just feel like giving him a big hug, don't you? Saying, don't worry, love, it's going to be all right.
Sometimes I could do with the hug as well, not a few though.
Hey, you couldn't afford my hugs, mate.
If I won the lottery, I'd still do this job. I really would. I would take the car and then hand them a set of keys and say, there you go, mate, there's the new car for you.
Fair play to you, mate.
It's the following day. The owner of the car hasn't called.
I was hoping to take the vehicle back, but the instruction from the finance company is that it's got to go to auction. Of course, I'd have preferred to take the car back to her, but at the end of the day, our job is to find the assets that people are putting up for loans and resolving the situation.
In a few days, it will go under the auction hammer. Unless the owner acts fast, it'll be the last she sees of it. Back in the southeast, Paul and Steve's next job is taking them to Essex. They have a warrant to reclaim rent arrears from a father and son who are the tenants of a country house. They both signed the tenancy agreement in 2012, but they haven't paid rent for over a year. The High Court paperwork shows they now owe over £10,000 to the landlord. The sheriff's job today is clear-cut. They need to locate any possessions owned by the tenants. If they can find them, they can sell them. Once sold, any money they make will be put towards the arrears owed to the landlord.
There's a warrant here for £10,600. So what we're looking for is vehicles, antiques, paintings, things like that.
But first, they have to get in. Legally, on this type of High Court warrant, they can only gain access through an open door or window. And in this business, preparation is everything.
This is a scaling ladder. There you go, open window.
Their luck's in, but their payday depends on finding the tenant's valuable possessions.
Hello.
Figures based on court proceedings have revealed the extent of England's housing crisis. A report from the housing charity Shelter suggests that across the country, 1 in every 105 homes is at risk of repossession.
High Court enforcement officers Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner have a warrant to recover rent arrears from the tenants of a country house in Essex.
There you go. Open window.
They've got in, but no one's home.
Hello.
They're now on the hunt for possessions to seize and sell. If they can find enough goods, they might be able to clear the debt of over £10,000 owed to the landlord. The state of the rooms tell their own story.
The beds are all stripped. Bits are broken down.
They've moved out, haven't they?
There are signs of bits and pieces, but I don't know if this was to ward us off or not, but...
You did say in Essex there were people with guns and things.
With such a large property to hide valuables, Paul and Steve are having to search every square inch of the building. If they can't find what they're looking for, they won't earn a penny from this trip.
The way that we make money from this job is purely we paid a commission on the sums of money that we recover.
I had a very similar one to this in my workshop toilet about 30 years ago, and that wasn't worth anything either. Nice enough piano. Ted, I think it's the landlord's, but I know how it's supposed to look, but I can never get a sound out that makes any significance.
Their search is proving fruitless. There's nothing of major value in the main property, but within the extensive grounds is an outhouse.
Just found myself a boys' playground. The gentleman's toys. A little four-wheel quad and a 4x4 off-the-road buggy will all add up to make some substantial money towards what is outstanding.
The boys' toys are loaded into the van, but their value won't scratch the surface of the arrears.
Hang on a sec. Minor adjustments. Big adjustments.
There's nothing here of anything like the value to produce a response for the landlord's debt.
I want a trampoline, dear.
No, this has not been a good day.
With the clear-out done, it's the first chance for Carl, the landlord, to see the state of his property. He bought the house 10 years ago as an investment and relies on the rental income.
It takes between 5.5 and 6 months to get a tenant out while you are suffering financial loss and not getting paid rent, which you need. And therefore you have to borrow money yourself to tide you over this period. When these people were living here, they had absolutely no respect for this house or for any of the items in it.
Ah. So they've painted the room black.
I am a struggling landlord who needs the rental income. I'm head down and ploughing on. You know, that's all I can do.
Back on the road, the sheriffs plan to track down the missing tenants. It's their only chance of getting the rest of Carl's money back and getting paid themselves.
The Samaritans have seen a marked increase in the number of calls answered from men about financial worries. Their survey says that 1 in 6 men who called the organisation last year had money problems. That's up 7% on the figures for 2012.
In the northwest, car repossession experts Mike Allenby and Terry Jones are driving through Liverpool. They're attempting to recover an expensive motor. It's a Jaguar X-Type. A brand new one has a list price of over £30,000. But no matter how high-spec your car, the same rules of repossession apply. If you don't pay, Mike and Terry can take it away.
Most expensive car we've repossessed, I would say a Bentley Continental, Aston Martin, Maserati.
The Jag has a return of goods order on it. It means the owner has defaulted on his repayments, and the finance company wants it back. For once, the address they've been given has come up trumps straight away.
This hasn't moved for a while, has it?
No, it hasn't moved for about a year.
Rubbish around the wheels, the cobwebs on the handles, the inside of the car, it's just not moved for any length of time at all.
It's a common situation. Expensive motors mean expensive repairs, and some owners simply give up.
It's a catch-22. They can't afford to fix the car, or they can't afford to make the payments. And if it's a bit of both, then the best thing to do is phone up the finance company and explain the situation.
Even with no response, the team can legally take the car as long as the finance company gives permission. But there's a problem.
Oh, hi, Trace. We've got the Jaguar, but some of these X-Types are all-wheel drive, and we can't tow it if it's all-wheel drive. Not even on a suspended lift, so we'll have to get recovery out. Because if we try and tow it, it'll damage the gearbox.
Mike knocks again. He's convinced someone's home.
There's somebody in. Because there's a little dog barking now. I just find it strange that the dog shuts up every now and then. People go to all sorts of lengths to avoid the debts. I mean, I've had people that pretend they're not in, and you can sit outside the house, and I've sat there for hours on end, and then the next thing, all of a sudden, somebody will come to the door, and then 5 people will walk out of the house. I've had people hide their cars in neighbours' garages. It's unbelievable the lengths people will go to avoid confronting their debts.
The plan to repossess the car rests on the arrival of a low loader. The team believe it will force the person hiding in the property to come out, so the job can be wrapped up.
If they come to the door, they give us the keys, we just go here and gone. Because the last thing you want to do is cause anybody an embarrassment or anything like that.
An hour and a half later, the low loader turns up. Sure enough, someone appears at the front door.
Paperwork. To sign for it. Is that okay? Yeah, of course it's okay. It's your stuff, mate. Yeah, not an issue at all. Take out whatever you need. I've got the son of this client to answer the door now. He's quite happy for us to take the vehicle. He's aware of the situation, so he's just asked if he can empty the car. All right, mate. Cheers. Thanks for your help. It's all right.
This has been moved for a while. 1 down, 59 to go.
The Jag was later taken to auction to be sold. Back in London, Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are hunting for some of the dozens of debtors facing High Court writs and warrants.
Where is he?
I don't know, I think he's on holiday somewhere. I just live upstairs and I just did a clean.
You sure you're not?
But there's one case they can't let go. They're still after the tenants from the Essex mansion. The debt has now risen to over £12,000 with added High Court fees.
Well, it's as bad as it gets, really.
The father is in prison, convicted of fraud and obtaining property by deception.
He's been jailed for 3 years.
But his son is also named on the warrant. He's now the sheriff's only hope of recovering the money and getting paid. Tracking him down is proving difficult.
Hello?
Despite many calls, there's no answer. But Paul thinks he knows why. He's hoping a different phone with a different number will do the trick.
Hello, it's Paul Bohill.
Hello, fella.
Is there any possibility of you coming up to the house now?
I can't do today. Give me a call later this week, but yeah, certainly I'll come on Monday.
OK, that's lovely.
Right.
Thanks very much. Take care. Bye. Sounds quite chipper, doesn't he? Doesn't know what's waiting for him, though, because I intend to serve him with the statutory demand, which is a forerunner to bankruptcy in this case, to say, well, if you don't pay the £12,000 you owe the landlord in this case, we intend to bankrupt you.
It's been a month since their initial visit to Essex, and the sheriffs are heading back for their first encounter with the son. But it's not just Paul and Steve who are after him. The landlord's called the police.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
We are going to effect an arrest of the gentleman.
OK.
Taken to Braintree Police Station.
Right.
To answer an allegation of alleged theft from the premises, which has been received by the owner.
So we really need to serve our papers before they serve theirs.
Can you get him out of the van?
Yeah.
The son is on site, holed up in a neighbour's house. The police are keeping the driveway covered in case he makes a run for it. It's taken weeks, but finally Paul and the son come face to face.
It's me.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Paul. It's all right. I'm sorry about this.
No, do you want to...
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Inside, he explains why they've been so keen to catch up with him.
He would want to pursue you to the verge of bankruptcy. This is the start of, like, the end of the nightmare, if you like.
Yeah.
But the son has his own version of events.
I was never actually on the agreement, the rental agreement.
I have got the paperwork. I'll show you.
Despite all Paul's documents being in order, he is refusing to pay up.
But he's wobbling a bit now, isn't he?
Sorry?
He's wobbling a bit now.
The sheriffs are left with no option but to serve the bankruptcy papers.
Steve? Yeah. Can you just... This is Steve, my wingman.
Hey.
The police are here and they might well arrest you and take you away.
Can you very kindly ask
that
I see them around the back?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'll ask them to come round. You're not going to run away, are you?
I'm still a bit pissed from last night, so I don't think I can run anywhere without falling over, if I'm honest.
The police finally move in to arrest the son for the alleged theft. They've got their man, but for now, Paul and Steve are leaving empty-handed.
We don't earn anything out of this job because it's purely commission-based. So it's a waste of a day to us, but it doesn't matter, we've still wrapped it up. We've done what we can do. So if on my tombstone it says we did what we could, that tells the whole story.
You think you'll have enough money for a tombstone?
No. But I could get one on a credit card before I die.
It's another day, and Paul and Steve are swapping the city streets of London for Somerset. It's a long way from their usual patch, but 3 jobs have come up in the same town.
Heading off to the west in the sunshine. Well, maybe not the sunshine, but still heading west.
Getting results for all 3 could make it a big payday.
Happy days.
But they've no idea if the gamble will be worth it. Enforcement officers Paul and Steve have travelled to Somerset armed with 3 High Court warrants. Today, they could end up collecting thousands of pounds worth of possessions from multiple debtors. The first job is to recover valuables from a man who owes over £16,000 to a firm of solicitors. He's offered to pay the money back in instalments, but they've turned him down. Instead, they want his possessions seized and sold.
Oh, at last.
The amount we're pursuing today is £16,500. Inevitably, when we get there, he will tell us his tale of woe.
But behind every tough response, there's also understanding.
I have had financial problems years ago, which were my own fault. Really, with a business, I didn't keep my eye on it. Having been in the position myself, I now understand how people get into debt, whereas before, I didn't.
On an occasion like this, we won't actually leave a letter because it might spook them. We'll just come back later.
A car is parked on the driveway. If it's the debtors, Paul and Steve can seize and sell it.
I've photographed the car.
You have?
Yeah.
I mean, that car's probably worth less than £1,000, so it's not going to knock the spots off this. So we'll come back.
Okay.
With over £16,000 to recover, the sheriffs need to talk to the debtor and find some substantial assets. Otherwise, they'll face another day without pay. While they wait, they have other debts to chase in the local area.
We're trying to track down.
That was his personal mobile number.
Steve is now looking for him on Facebook.
If they get what they're after, they could recover over £30,000 of debts.
We're from the High Court in London. We're trying to enforce a warrant.
But so far, the Somerset trip is looking like a non-starter.
Oh, a long day again, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
7-hour journey from London to Bridgewater.
Gotta walk quicker.
Yeah.
Before they head home, there's one last chance to get paid. They're returning to the debtor who owes over £16,000 to a firm of solicitors.
Looks like the television's on. Hello? 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 I'm a High Court enforcement officer, and I wonder when we could have a speak with him.
He's not actually here, he's working away.
He's working away?
Yeah, that's his number.
OK, lovely.
All right?
When will he be home?
He's not due back till December.
December?
We've had some quite hilarious circumstances where people converse through letterboxes and where we've fed paperwork in and out through letterboxes and had some really unconstructive conversations.
Hi there, my name's Steve Pinner. I'm a High Court enforcement officer. I've just spoken to your wife at home, and the bottom line is I have a writ for money's outstanding against you.
Yeah.
Can you pay it?
No, not at all. I I made them an offer and they rejected it. So then I went down the route of declaring myself bankrupt, which I didn't bother doing because I was hoping they were going to see common sense. And we had a solicitor in Manchester deal with it, which in the morning I will be getting onto them, which will probably then get a phone call telling you a date of when I'm going to court to declare myself bankrupt.
There are two views on people who go bankrupt. Those who are forced into it and those who do it for the sheer hell of it. Those that scam, rip off people. So I don't have a very high opinion of those. But obviously the ones that are actually unfortunate enough to have been made bankrupt through what could be a mistake on their behalf on the way they've lived or worked, you know, you've got to feel sorry for them. So you haven't declared yourself bankrupt as yet?
No.
OK.
If the man declares himself bankrupt, there'll be no payout for the sheriffs. They need to seize any assets they can right now. But his wife won't let them in, and they can't break in. Their last hope is the car.
I'm going to seize the car in front of the drive as part payment towards this debt.
I didn't buy it. It was bought by my wife.
OK. Can I just ask you to contact your wife and ask her if she wouldn't mind just showing me the proofs? I'm quite happy to accept that if that is the case.
Yeah.
OK, could you call your wife? Thank you.
You've got two choices on that. You know, we'll either get a recovery truck out, smash the window, get it on the truck, you know, the usual story, really.
You enjoy your job?
It's a job I do.
Yeah. And you sleep well at night?
OK.
Yeah. This is a piece of paper. It says that car belongs to me. Any good or no?
OK. All right. I do understand that your husband has spoken to the solicitors, but you must understand from our point that it's obviously been through the courts and they decided in their wisdom against your husband. So that's why we're instructed to come and collect.
Oh, what a job. How do I become an officer like you? Because it sounds a wonderful job. Do you know what I say? There's like different forms of scum in life, but you're just a higher class one.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pond scum, that really... I don't know why that really upset me. I've never been called pond scum in my life before. You must understand from our point of view that somebody is owed a debt. It's only words and, you know, they're angry, so you just let them get on with it. Hello?
Have you talked to my wife?
She proved the car was hers, that's fine. I accept that.
Yeah.
When you get your bankruptcy papers, give me a call and send me a copy of the papers. If you do that, you might not see me again. Well, you haven't seen me yet, I know, but your wife might not see me again. So, do we agree on that?
Yeah.
All right, then. Thank you very much for the call.
Thanks.
Bye. When you don't get paid for a job, it's disheartening because you may have travelled 100 miles to go somewhere, knock on somebody's door, and there's nothing there. So, if you don't get paid, the job, you don't get anything. It's either get paid or don't get paid.
Britain's best-loved High Court enforcement agents are back. And in a Can't Pay special...
That was a brick.
We see them tackle some of their most challenging cases ever.
Come here, man, fully down,
Wait, facing lies and deceit.
I'm not Michael. I've just told you that 3 times.
Threats and anger.
Excuse me. Please don't touch me.
Come on, wait, mate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
From defiant debtors.
He's threatened to kill me.
But no matter how much you resist...
You want to stand here like a big man.
If you can't pay...
What's the point in having teeth if you're not going to bite?
They'll take it away. Research shows that more and more Britons are in denial about their debts. A recent study claims over half of us hide money problems from family and friends. And for High Court enforcement agents, getting debtors to face up to the truth can be one of the hardest parts of the job. 7 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are on their way to the north of England with a writ to collect just under £5,400 from defendant Mr. Feroz. But this isn't the first time Vic has visited the address.
Been to this one once before,
Right.
and met a man outside the property. As I stopped, he came walking out, got into his car, introduced myself, and he said, no, mate, it's my brother. Twin brother, of course.
Of course.
Twin brother.
Twin brother, exactly the same name.
The reason why we're going back is his brother never contacted me, and he was seeing his brother that day.
Vic is suspicious that the man he met on his last visit is in fact the defendant, Mr. Feroz. Today, he hopes to get to the truth.
So you never know who opens the door today, you see. It might be the twin brother.
Different adventure every day, Vic.
Just tell you what.
Oh, well,
we all have a twin brother somewhere.
One of the most common lies I hear is, it's not me. He's not here. If I had £1 for every time I've heard that, I wouldn't need to do this job.
The agents are on the lookout for the car Vic saw the man driving off in on his last visit.
See how it's a white Merc?
C220.
There it is.
All right.
That's the car.
Everyone's got a pressure point, and this job is all about working on that pressure point as much as you can to get them to admit who they are. In my opinion, it's the best part of the job.
I'll get a clamp on it, eh?
Yes, if you could, sir, that'd be good.
Vic has already done a DVLA check on the car, which showed that it belongs to Mr. Feroz. He hopes that clamping it will prompt the debtor to pay up immediately. But first, they have to find him.
Well, the total amount is £5,389.95. That's an 09 plate. I reckon it's worth £5 grand.
Well, we were removing it. Let's put it that way.
The reason why we clamp a car is because it's a huge asset that can quite easily be removed without getting inside the house. It also creates a scene to the neighbours, and I wouldn't want my neighbours to see an enforcement agent clamping my car. It's embarrassing.
Good morning. We're High Court enforcement agents. We're after Mr. Chaudhry Zanfaras Makiana.
He's not living over here.
Right, that car though, is his though.
Yeah, that's fine then, but
But where is he
he's not
now?
living over here. You guys come over here 2 times.
Right, okay. At the moment, we've got instructions to remove that vehicle, unless we get payment from the defendant.
That's fine then, I'm just...
Yeah, I'm trying to say something.
Oh, there you go.
He's here, well, there's the car.
Yeah.
The woman claims Mr. Feroz doesn't live here, but he is listed on the electoral roll at the address.
Wonder why he won't come to the door then?
Because he's trying to get hold of his twin brother. That's actually the defendant.
That's what it is.
It just makes me wonder how far people are prepared to go to try and get out of paying debt. They try and pull the wool over our eyes all the time. And you will get found out. We're in the job to find people out.
Hello?
There you go.
Hi, mate, you alright? We're after Mr. Chaudhry Zanfaras Mahana. So it's regarding an outstanding balance from Direct Collection Bailiffs Limited. Okay, was this gentleman you spoke to last time? So we did leave a letter with you to pass on to whoever it was. We've heard nothing back, so we've now been instructed to remove the vehicle.
But you know how the vehicle is?
Yes, it's come back as a DVLA check for Mr. Chaudhry Zanfaras, which is there. So that gives us the right to remove the vehicle, which we will be doing, sir, unless we get payment.
I've been here before and we had a conversation, sir, and I believe everything you told me now is a lie. Can you remember?
The man is the same person Vic met on his previous attendance. This time, he hasn't denied he is the defendant, Mr. Feroz. So they ask him again to pay up.
But there's still time to make payments, sir. Okay, so...
But you can't do anything.
Right, in that case, then the vehicle will have to be removed.
Listen, I'm trying to help you.
No, you're not, sir.
No.
We're not being awkward at all, sir. We've said you need to make a payment. We'll be removing the vehicle. That's not being awkward, sir, right?
If the payment was to be made, it cannot be made in full.
Right, okay. Yep, no problem at all.
Although the man hasn't confirmed his identity, he seems to be taking responsibility for the debt. The agents decide to give him some time to consider his situation.
It is him, isn't it? It's definitely him.
Well, yeah, there's no twin brother this morning, is there?
Yeah, no, there isn't no twin
And he
brother.
doesn't live here.
Minutes later, the man appears to want to negotiate with Stuart and Vic.
Hello there, sir.
Well, let's be reasonable, innit? Payment of £1,000, and the rest can be paid in instalments.
Can't, mate. I'm afraid it needs to be the full balance, sir.
You want to come inside?
It's a bit like a tennis match, but it all depends on how long the rally is going to go on for. It's completely psychological. Hopefully, once we put a clamp on a car or a notice, that will make them realise, hang on, they're not believing what I'm telling them, and they'll either crack, and that's what the job's about.
Now inside the house, Stuart and Vic want the man to come clean about his identity, so they can start honest and open negotiations about how to settle the debt.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Are you the defendant? Be honest with me.
What I'm trying to say to you is, if we come to an agreement, I'm willing to sort something out.
Right. We have been here before. The offers were there for you to make a payment plan when I was here my first visit, but you choose to ignore that, sir.
Well, I'll try.
It's a stalemate. So Stuart changes tactics. He makes the man aware that as well as seizing the car, he has a right to remove other goods in the house that belong to him to offset the debt.
It's also the goods inside the property as well, sir, so we'll be doing an inventory for the goods that are in here at the moment.
As the man is on the electoral roll at this address, the agents have no reason to believe he doesn't live here. So Stuart starts an inventory.
Hello?
This is my house. Why are you taking pictures of that one? Why are you taking...
Don't put your hand on me. Don't put your hand on me. Do not put your hand on me.
Get out of the fucking house. This is my house. No. Get out of the house.
Excuse me. This is my house. No, this is my house. This is my house.
Right.
We've still got our job to do, sir.
Well, you need to get out.
No, our job at the moment is to take control of goods, sir.
Excuse me.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. Please don't touch
The
me.
lady who owns the house
Please don't
is
touch
telling
me.
you to leave from here.
With the situation becoming confrontational, will Stuart and Vic ever be able to get the £5,400 they came for? Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were on a second visit to collect an unpaid debt of £5,400 from Mr. Thoreau's. At first, it was claimed he didn't live there.
He's not living over here.
But then, the man who Vic had met on his first visit appeared and acknowledged he was responsible for the debt.
The payment cannot be made in full.
Okay.
But he still refused to confirm his identity.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Are you the defendant? Be honest with me.
After his car was clamped, the man offered to pay £1,000. But tensions rose when Stuart started making an inventory of other goods in the house that could be seized if he didn't pay in full.
Get out of the fucking house.
This is my house.
No. Get out of the house.
Excuse me. This is my house.
The woman claims the house and all the contents are hers.
So all I need to do, okay, take photos of, say that we've been inside the house.
It's not going anywhere.
And if you want me to show them, I call them my consulate. Ask them who is living in this
whatever you want to take,
because please go from here.
Well, we won't be leaving. Just simple as that. When a defendant invades our space and starts to get quite physical, they've crossed that line. We are trained and we're highly experienced in these confrontational situations. We've got the power of the High Court behind us, so we don't need to be confrontational. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you feel uneasy about what we're doing, I suggest you phone the
He can't
police.
inside. I didn't call
Exactly.
If he thinks that I own some of these things, let him.
You can go. You can do and
Okay.
you can go leave them.
Yep, okay. Taking an inventory can inflame a situation. People don't want enforcement agents going through cupboards, moving stuff about in the house. They find it quite intrusive, but sadly, they've brought it to the doorstep.
As the situation calms down, Stuart continues with the inventory. But then the man makes an unexpected claim about the car.
The vehicle is on finance.
Since when?
I'm telling you.
Since when?
I don't need to explain that to you.
The agents know the car belongs to the defendant, but if it's on finance, they won't be able to seize it. Stuart calls for a vehicle check to see if the man is telling the truth.
I'll just go and get the registration number, one sec. Can you just do another HPI on the vehicle? It is. It's free finance, Vic. Yeah, it's free finance. So you need to stop playing games, sir. Simple as that. When somebody's being continuously evasive and giving us the runaround, it makes us more determined to get a conclusion. We're there to be as determined as possible. We know all the games that they play. This is how we do the job.
The agent's patience has run out. With no sign of payment and no assets in the house worth taking, their only option now is to call a recovery truck to take away the car, estimated to be worth £5,000.
He's blatantly lied again, saying it was on finance.
It is frustrating. But if they want the car to go, the car will go.
Hey up, pal, you alright? Every time that we go to a job, we think that we're never ever going to turn up. It's never going to happen to me. But we've tried to get away with it for so long, and today it's finally come to an end.
The vehicle will now be sold at auction, but if it doesn't cover the £5,389 debt, the agents will be back.
Happy days.
Stuart and Vic have got the result they needed, with an evasive debtor. But sometimes challenging someone who won't tell the truth can have explosive consequences, as the agents found out earlier this year, when a routine job turned into a battle of wills.
In this job, you're going to come across all walks of life. Some people are going to be truthful and honest. Some people are going to be barefaced liars. If somebody wants to lie to me, it makes me feel better once I found them out.
Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Liverpool to serve a writ on sole trader Michael Burton. Mr. Burton, a mechanic, owes just over £2,700 to a former colleague.
Right, this is Delph Lane.
We're looking for M&B Motors.
There is a garage at the address they've been given, but it's now called Delph Lane Autos.
Can I ask Eagle Plant Repairs if he's ever heard of this guy?
So the team ask a neighbouring business for help.
Hi there. I'm looking for M&B Motors.
M&B Motors?
Yeah, Michael Burton.
That's right here.
Is that Michael Burton?
Yeah.
The agents are in the right place, but the defendant appears to be trading under a different company name.
Apparently this is it.
If Mr. Burton can't or won't pay today, the team have the right to remove goods and assets from his business to offset the debt.
Hi mate, you alright? We're after Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton.
Michael Burton.
Isn't there? No bad confirmation that he is here.
He's not.
So you need to try and get him on the phone if he's not here at the moment, because we're here to take control of yours. Right, okay, we've already spoke to the neighbours. The neighbours have confirmed that he's here. Okay,
What's your name, sir?
A lot of people overreact for no reason whatsoever, and then the alarm bells start ringing then. You look at the body language. Are they cooperating with you? Are they not? Are they overreacting? Are they being aggressive in the way they're speaking to you? I'm just asking who you are. What's the issue? Because we're here now to take control of goods, sir.
You need to take none of my stuff, mate.
Right, so can you prove who you are then?
What do I need to prove who I am?
Because we've got a writ for this address, you see.
Despite the man's denials, Stuart and Vic have the right to make peaceful entry into the property.
Start thinking you wasn't in here, mate. You got no right.
Okay, so if you just explain who you are then, that's
I've
fine.
just told you. Tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what you need to know.
I've asked for some ID for yourself.
No, I don't need to do anything.
Okay, that's all. I don't go anywhere without my debit card. I don't go anywhere without my driving licence. 9 times out of 10, when people are guilty, they'll try and cover it up. So they try and cover their identity. And then when we ask them for ID, they've got no ID on them, which I don't believe for 1 second in this day and age.
Okay, but I to show you the writ, right?
I'm above it. Let me just show me what's on the thing then.
I'll explain.
Show me what's on it then.
If it's on to do with you, sir, then why are you so interested?
What are you doing then? Get out.
I've already explained.
Well, I've told you, no one's here at that name.
Well,
so
I don't believe you, sir.
Well, don't believe me, I don't
Okay, that's fine, so I'll carry on taking control of goods.
You won't at all, mate. Let me just put you that straight now. Don't step in there. Alright? You've been told.
You've got to identify yourself. Because if you're not...
Are you Michael? Are you Michael? Are you Michael? Right, have you got any ID just to prove that?
I haven't got any ID on me, no.
In that case then, we will have to take control of goods.
You won't see nothing at all.
It's sadly...
Okay.
Unless you show me what's on that paper there, you won't be coming in here.
How long?
And that's as simple as that, mate. I'll tell you that right now.
When we speak to defendants and they give a fake name, it's like, how long are you going to keep that fake name going? It then turns into a game of poker. Who's going to show their hand first, me or them? I don't know who you are.
Well, I just told you who I am.
Are you Michael?
No, I'm not. I've just told you that 3 times. I'm not Michael.
I don't
My
believe
name
you,
is
sir.
Bradley. So
Yeah.
fuck off then if you don't
That's
believe me.
right.
I will, because you're doing me head in.
I'm not going anywhere.
You fucking won't be stepping in here, mate, to tell you that now. I'll get fucked off.
Why are you being so defensive?
Why? Because I hate people like you, because you're honourable.
The man is determined not to let Stuart and Vic inside the property.
So fuck off.
Not going anywhere.
Not a mate.
With tensions rising, Vic decides to call the police.
My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're here to execute a High Court writ at a industrial unit in Merseyside. We need some police assistance, please. The defendant is getting very aggressive, threatening us.
The man is becoming even more agitated.
Move the car so you can't get his car out.
Stuart's van is blocking other cars from getting up the drive.
You want to move the car now?
Which
I'm
car?
going to start moving stuff for you. So I'll only move your stuff out of my way.
Yeah,
Get the
okay,
van
yeah.
moved now.
To keep the peace, Stuart agrees to move his vehicle.
Yeah, I'll move the van, no problem at all.
Vic keeps the police on the line.
He's shutting down, mate. He's going off his head here.
But as Stuart moves the van, the man decides to take action of his own.
He's threatening to block us in. He's now threatening to block us in, mate. This is getting ridiculous.
He forces Stuart to reverse his van towards the busy main road.
I can do with some assistance straight away. He's now in his vehicle. He's ramming our vehicle out of down the drive. He's threatening my colleague to get out here.
A straightforward debt collection has turned volatile. With the man's aggression escalating, Stuart and Vic have to act quickly to contain the situation until the police arrive.
He's trying to.
I'm on my way, mate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Just as Stuart manages to reverse the vehicle safely off the drive, a team of police officers arrive on the scene.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We've been insisted to execute a writ of control at this address. We think
this is
Michael Burton's business.
We just want to know who that gentleman is, if he's Michael Burton or if he's just working for him.
With police officers present, the man is finally forced to reveal who he is.
Michael Burton. Michael Burton.
What?
What's your name, mate? Yes, of course it does, Michael Burton.
Yeah.
Do not tell another lie.
I'm not lying to anyone.
You've been lying. You just lied to me. Do not lie again.
The Chief Inspector from Merseyside Police just happened to be driving past with 8 sergeants, and they were the first to be called because of the closest, and I thought, you just can't get better luck than that.
Having confirmed the man's identity, the agents must now recover the £2,700 they came for. But there's a problem.
I can't pay it. I can't pay it.
Listen to me.
I can't pay it. I haven't got it.
Okay,
I haven't got money, so what do you want to do?
Well, then we're going to take goods.
You can't take goods, can
Why
you?
can't I?
You just can't just come in and take people's stuff.
Yeah, it says there. Look there. Just calm down. Listen to me.
I can't give you something that I haven't got.
Calm down.
I can't do it. I haven't got it.
I always try and take them aside and try and calm them down. It is a bit good cop, bad cop. But it's not our intention to play good cop, bad cop. I find if they don't want to deal with Stuart, 9 out of 10 times they'll deal with me. It's just we've got different personalities and we approach it differently.
I can't pay it.
What can you pay? Hold on. No. What can you pay monthly? Think down with a clear. Calm down and think with a clear.
I can pay £100 a month.
You're not going to like this, what I'm going to tell you, but let me finish, right? It's got to be £1,000 today. Try it, mate. Listen to me. Listen.
I can't get it. I can't get it.
Okay, what can you get? What can you get? 600?
I can get... fucking...
Oh. What can you pay? 200 a month?
I can pay £200 a month.
No.
I can give you 600 quid, but you aren't taking nothing today.
Okay, listen to me. Listen, okay. Michael, I'm listening to you, okay? And I'm all right with that. I'm going to make a phone call now.
Michael has finally come up with an offer. But if the claimant decides it's not enough, the agents will have to seize items from the garage.
Hello? It's Vic.
Vic calls the office. While he's on the phone, Michael's parents and wife arrive. Minutes later, Vic hears back from the claimant.
All right, thank you very much.
Michael's offer has been accepted.
200 a month?
200 a
600 today?
That's all.
This is what they've
I
accepted.
can't pay the other 200. I can't pay that 200 now till next month.
No, you won't. Michael.
You know what I mean?
Jesus, mate, you must let me speak. I'm trying to talk to you here. It's going to be a control goods agreement, which means the stuff stay here.
But as Stuart starts to make a list of goods they could seize if the payment plan isn't stuck to, Michael sees red. Again.
Hey, mate, stop going round the garage and pay it.
Listen.
Get him down. Get him down the stairs.
I'm going to explain to you what he's doing.
I'm going to give you the money what I just said. I'm basically going to get out of the garage.
Michael's mother steps in to calm her son down.
I think in this specific situation, the mom played a key role. It doesn't matter how hard man you are or want to be. It's amazing, but when your mom speaks to you, people tend to listen. And in a way, mom was the voice of reasoning.
20 minutes later, Michael's family provide the remaining cash. The agent's perseverance has paid off.
Told you, mate, you can kick and scream all you want, can't you?
Yeah.
End of the day, you're going to start paying.
Still get the cash, don't we?
Yeah.
That job sticks in my mind the most, simply because he went to such lengths to cover up who he actually was. It's just great satisfaction when we've got our man.
Stuart and Vic stood their ground in a volatile situation. But in Brian and Dell's next case...
he has £151,000, 183.
150 grand?
Bloody hell.
They meet a man desperate to avoid one of the biggest debts the agents have ever had to recover.
We will take this van.
The number of people who owe money to family and friends is on the rise, with the average amount owed now exceeding £4,000. Debts such as these cause damaged relationships and breakups. It's 7 a.m. Brian O'Shaughnessy and Del Anglin are in North London.
We're going to see Patrice Mezzi. He owes £151,000, 183 and 89.
How much? 150 grand.
Bloody hell. You left that in the shoebox under his bed, naturally.
Cash, please. Or debit card would be nice.
The debtor, Mr. Meze, borrowed the money from a friend to invest in a business venture, which failed. Now, the friend wants his money back.
He's going to be so glad to see us this morning, isn't he?
Yeah.
If Mr. Meze can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize goods and vehicles to offset the debt.
Hello? High Court Enforcement, sir. Could you open the door so I can speak to you, sir, please? Why is that, sir? Can you speak to me through the chain, sir, so I can understand what you're saying? Sir, I still cannot hear you properly.
When a debtor doesn't want to engage with me in any way, shape or form, and they don't want to assist you, it's very frustrating. So you change tact and try and reason with him another way.
Hey, it's just being evasive and difficult. I'm going to make some inquiries, yeah?
With Mr. Meze refusing to open the door, Brian changes strategy and approaches the neighbouring property.
Hello, sir. How are you? Sorry to disturb you. I'm making some inquiries next door. Do you know what he drives?
He's got a van over there.
Is that his van there, is it? So it's the people carrier. Lovely. Thank you for your help. Really appreciate it. Neighbour's confirmed that he's got a vehicle over here. It's a people carrier on his van. I'm just going to move the van over there, lock it in.
Brian blocks the van in the hope that this will prompt Mr. Meze to open the door. But there's still no sign of him.
Look, sir, right? We've identified which we think is your vehicle, sir, and we're about to remove it if you don't want to speak.
He's coming out, is he?
He doesn't want to come out.
Huh? Would you want to talk?
What is this?
To go 150 grand? If a debtor becomes obstructive, difficult, non-responsive, we just have to find the right buttons to push to make them come out. We understand that people don't want to talk to us or deal with us, so you just have to take a different action towards them.
The agents have been at the house for half an hour, but Mr. Meze is still inside. But with a writ to recover £150,000, Brian and Dell are prepared to wait for as long as it takes.
Let's play the game. Let's let the Africa a little bit. Not the wise Mr. Silly.
Moments later, Mr. Meze finally emerges from the house.
Hello. How are you? Yeah, how are you?
Okay.
Now, we're not here to be difficult with you in any way or form. We understand the behaviour. We understand it. What's it all about then?
I know this gentleman. I'm his daughter's, father. Exactly. He believed in me, in my idea. Invested, well, we kind of
invested.
Yeah, and obviously business folded. You know, the usual thing that happens.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Most of it's interest.
How long ago did you lend it?
More than 15 years ago.
Well, there you go. So that's accumulated so much interest.
It seems that the original amount Mr. Meze borrowed was £80,000. But after 15 years' worth of interest, the debt has now almost doubled in size, and the case needs to be resolved today.
How can we get this sorted?
Well, I mean, I don't have anything. I don't have any assets. I don't own anything, basically.
Have you got goods on your house totaling 150,000?
Of course not.
Let me explain what's going to happen then, right? I've tried to be half reasonable with you. We will take this van. So it really is up to you.
Listen, the car is not my car. It's on finance, yeah?
Have you got a finance agreement? If it's on finance, that's what I just asked for.
Why to look for it?
Okay.
Yes. That's what I'm saying to you. Got the document. I'll go bring whatever.
Please.
If the van is on finance, as Mr. Meze claims, it can't be seized. But the agents need proof. Moments later, Mr. Meze leaves the house with a child.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Couldn't find the last certificate of insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Set a date.
When it expires.
Set a date.
Oh.
The paperwork isn't a finance agreement, but an out-of-date insurance document.
The company that I'll say to you is Renault Finance.
You're paying for this on a monthly basis.
Okay, we're going to do some checks on the vehicle now. Yeah.
I have to, sorry guys. I mean, I need to take the
Okay, it's fine. Good.
While Mr. Meze leaves.
Morning, Brian. HPI, mate.
Afternoon. Yes, please.
Brian checks with the office to find out whether the van is on finance as he claims.
That's finance rates. It's a black rail traffic. Yep. That's free of finance, mate.
Hang on a second. Did you say it's free of finance?
It's free of finance.
Guys, this guy's lying. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Sometimes when doing this job, you just have to turn detective to find the evidence to prove the fact that they're lying. Can't just call them a liar. I need to show them why I don't believe them. It causes them some embarrassment, and then you start to get somewhere near the truth.
40 minutes later, Mr. Meze returns.
Hello. Hello, Patrice. Further inquiries have shown us that the vehicle's not on finance, right? There's no finance attached to this.
There is.
Now, please listen to me.
That's fine.
As a consequence of that, right?
Yeah.
We're going to remove it this morning.
The van is an asset the agents can now seize. But valued at around £3,000, it's only a fraction of the £150,000 debt. The agents need to get into the house to check if Mr. Meze has any other belongings worth seizing.
I need to see what's in your house.
I don't own anything.
I'm not asking
in
you.
the house.
Well,
I don't
show
want
me.
you guys to
Show
come
me.
into the house.
Why do we want to come into your home?
Okay. God is my witness. The property doesn't belong to me. She owns the property, and she doesn't practically know what's going on.
Who's she?
She's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah. I'm working with you guys.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. hang on. You haven't. Hang on. From 7 o'clock this morning, you haven't worked with us. You were talking to us through a door for the first half an hour. Hang on a minute. Hang on. You know what?
When I came out, I told
As my good friend Paul Boher would say, you're beginning to hurt my ears now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to take your vehicle, all right? Now, you've made your decision. That's fine. I've made mine. Okay?
With no chance of getting inside the house and an offer of payment looking unlikely, Brian calls for recovery to take Mr. Meze's van away.
I need a van taken. You come and do it.
I have on occasions taken a vehicle when it's only a fraction of the debt on principle, because they're not cooperating and they believe that I would not take. That vehicle probably means more to him than it would do to me. And I've got to be prepared to do what I do. I will take the vehicle.
An hour later, the recovery vehicle arrives.
I'd see him.
What's there? Is that the van?
Yeah, it's here.
Right.
The agents may not have cleared the £150,000 debt, but it's a sizable loss to Mr. Meze and an important gain for the claimant.
Something is better than nothing for the claimant here. The claimant's waited over 15 years for their money, but this chap needs to start playing ball a little bit more.
The people carrier will now be sold at auction.
What's the point in having teeth if you're not going to bite?
Years of training help High Court enforcement agents deal with people who won't cooperate. But sometimes, a debtor can be so determined not to pay up, a simple lie can escalate into something much worse. As Del found out when a routine job in 2015 turned into one of the most dangerous encounters of his career.
As High Court enforcement agents, dealing with someone that's unpredictable means your skills are stretched to its limits. You need all your experience to deal with these people that are threatening, abusive and violent and can turn at any moment.
What's next job, Del?
Yeah, it's Mr. Carmelo Petix.
Del Anglin and Kevin Stokes are heading to Herne Hill in South London with a writ for an unpaid debt of £5,500.
There we go, this one.
It's immediately clear that the owner of the property might not want visitors.
Large dogs may be running free. He's got CCTV.
In that part of London, you don't always see security gates with cars behind it. It just makes you wonder what type of person you're actually going to meet.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Oh, no problem.
We're High Court enforcement, sir. For what? Are you Mr. Carmelo Petix? What is that for?
Carmelo Petix.
Yeah, but what is it for?
Is that you, sir?
No, he's not here.
Okay, do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's in Dubai.
Would you give him a call for us, sir, please?
There's 4 Dobermans in here.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
So don't come in here because there's 4 Dobermans in here.
Fine. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
With the man denying he's the defendant, the agents need a plan B.
We don't have to go in there. The motor covered there. Do you know what I mean? It's quite a new one.
The finance check of DCL on it.
Yeah. Hello, Matt. Can I get a vehicle HPI check done? Oh, yeah. Sit down. Sit. Can you get out of the house?
Sorry?
Can you get out?
I've got to stand here, unfortunately.
Can you get out of the house and I'll tell you?
I'll wait here, sir, at the moment.
What is that for?
It's a High Court writ, sir.
Yeah, but for what? For what?
Carmelo Petix. I can't really discuss the case with you.
For what reason? For what? So if you show us your ID, sir, and we see if you're Mr. Petix, we can tell you everything. Yeah, but what do you want to take from here?
What, we don't want to take anything at the moment.
We don't
Let's
want
see
to
who
take
you are.
We don't want
There's
to.
nothing in the rooms, it's all empty.
We don't want. You're getting this wrong. We don't want to seize any goods from you. Okay. We want to get the payment sorted.
Can you just get outside?
Sir.
So I start getting angry.
Okay, you'd have to get angry, sir, but I'm going to stand here. Okay.
You know what?
The job's not suited to everybody. There's a lot of surprises. You don't know what's around the corner. Arguments can start for various reasons. It could be just simply the way someone looks. Kevin looks assertive. He looks strong. And in Carmelo's case, I think he just got the ump with the way he thought Kevin was addressing him.
He's got a tool.
Oh, shit.
He's got a stick of some sort.
Right, what's going to happen?
What's going to happen, sir, is we've got to discuss sorting this payment out on this.
What?
Okay, we've got to sort out, discuss the payment.
Yeah, but you lot are bullies, right?
Okay.
No one's bullying this. No one's bullying
Right, can you get out and I'll talk to you outside?
Please.
Get outside the house and I'll talk to you outside.
Please. No.
Do you think you're big?
Carmelo,
Do you think you're big?
Carmelo. The mood changed very quickly. It turns on a sixpence. 1 minute it was okay. He's come back out, and you could see that he was angry. It's a very small place, a porch area, with big guys. There's lots of glass. I'm very concerned. The situation was escalating out of control.
I'm not here to argue with you.
I'm going to find who you are, and I'm going to find where you live. Trust me.
I'm not being unreasonable with you. I just want to
trust me.
Okay, that's fine.
Trust me.
Okay.
All right, let's talk to you outside.
What's the...
You want them bullies that go around bullies old fucking women?
Carmelo. Carmelo. Look, go around bullying no women. Carmelo.
Carmelo! Stop coming out. Stop back into prison. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, pray to God, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, frustrating this. Come on, man. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Come on, get out of my house. Talk to me. Get out of my house.
With Kevin's safety at serious risk, Dell will need to use all his years of experience to save his colleague from getting badly hurt.
Right, what's going to happen?
Herne Hill, South London. High Court enforcement agents Kevin Stokes and Dell Anglin were attempting to recover a £5,500 debt from Carmelo Pettix.
You want them bullies that go around bullies old fucking women?
Carmelo. Carmelo.
But what started as a routine case suddenly turned into a violent situation. Now, with serious threats being made against Kevin, Dell must do everything in his power to calm Carmelo down.
Talk to me. I said to you I'll sort it out. Right, but you want to stand there like a fucking big man to push me about.
No, come on, mate. Talk to me. My thought process was to divert his attention to me. He didn't see me as a threat in the same way as he saw Kevin. I needed to get his focus on me. I wanted to try and diffuse the situation.
Let's just sort it out.
While Dell tries to reason with Carmelo, Kevin calls the police.
Assistance, please.
You got to find the police. Talk to me.
I've just been assaulted by a guy. Grabbed me around the neck, grabbed my hands. He's threatened to kill me. I'll tell you what, it's disgusting, isn't it?
All right, but deal with me. Find out where he lives.
Deal with me.
I will send so many people to his house.
Deal with me, all right?
Right?
I'll tell him.
You'll get fucked.
The real danger is that he's out of control. If you're out of control, you're not thinking rationally. It was important that I kept calm, and that eventually brought him down.
So what's it about? Oh, it's curtains. They made up a load of blinds for me.
Yeah.
They're all the wrong size.
Yeah.
So I told them I'm not paying for it.
Right.
I gave him £9,000. They wanted another £6,000.
£6 grand?
Yeah.
All right.
So I didn't pay them.
Minutes later, the police arrive.
I've attended this property of a High Court writ to enforce. The gentleman inside has physically assaulted me. Very funny, I've got a wife and a 10-month-old baby at home. So.
You're standing at my door like that. We're not going. We're going to come in your house. We're going to remove goods. I got a bit annoyed.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
Kevin now has to decide whether to press charges, but Carmelo is keen to make amends.
Tell him I'm reasoning with you now.
Yeah, come.
What's his name?
Kevin. You just got off on the wrong foot. So
look, we got on the wrong foot.
Mate, it's your job.
Yeah, I know it's your job.
Yeah.
It's my job as well to protect my property.
I understand that.
Right?
Yeah.
Finally, Carmelo starts to cooperate with Kevin and Dell.
The house is going on the market next week for sale. I'm prepared to pay, if they want to do a deal with me, I'm prepared to pay half of it, be qualified as a settlement when I sell the house, just to solve the problem. Or if they want, I can give them £100 a month now.
£100 a month is going to take a long time to clear debt.
Still going to be paid.
Okay, I accept that, but I wouldn't be prepared for anyone to come back and face what I've just had to face up there with you, sir.
Right.
You understand? I've got family at home as well, you know? You don't need to start intimidating me and my family.
Okay.
Right. So what I'm looking to do today is take control of the goods if there are any goods in it. If there isn't, then we'll have to go down another route to try and get this money.
Kevin and Dell go into the house to look for assets they could seize.
That's the weapon. That's the thing that you have behind the door. It's pretty empty.
But with nothing to take away, Kevin calls the client to try and come up with another arrangement.
What he's saying is the house is up for sale and that he'll settle in full when the house is sold.
The client is prepared to do a deal.
Right, we've got a resolution for this. What they've said is they want a written undertaking from your solicitor to say that this debt will be paid when the house is sold. But they're going to set you up on £100 a month until that happens.
Kevin decides not to press charges. The team's work is now done.
This case will always stay with me because of the level of anger that came out of nothing. This guy is like a volcano. You never know what you're going to come across and what's going to trigger people.
You're right, mate.
What was that all about, Del?
I don't know, mate.
What's that guy blowing out on cold like that? I think he's capable of bad things.
And a new Camp Pay Will Take It Away special is same time next Wednesday. Tomorrow night at 9, a woman's passion for her cats verges on the insanitary. Imagine a peg in your nose as the new nightmare next door continues. Next night, a sinister trail leads Paul Connolly to a man selling the identities of the dead. It's astonishing. A new undercover criminal activity.
Baby, ducky.
Allah, শরীরের অবস্থা
পাঠাইবা আর পাঠাইবা এই বসো আল্লাহ আবার ডিম বানানো শরীরে দেখো